This March 17th Illinois primary election was already going to be a memorable, maybe even an exciting occasion for us here in my family, because just under a year after finally becoming a U.S. citizen, this was going to be the first election that my wife Joanne was going to be able to cast a ballot in. But we were obviously tuning into the news and wondering how these COVID-19 concerns and the restrictions in place to prevent people from gathering were going to affect our ability to vote in person. We had initially anticipated bringing our children with us so that they could participate in the moment. And even though they're too young to vote, they could still see their mother casting her ballot for the first time. But as we learned that there was further restrictions on the amount of people that were able to gather, we made the decision that it was probably best to allow the children to stay at home and not to go with us. Noticeably absent for us when we arrived was the fact there weren't many cars in the parking lot. And when we went in, the election judges were wearing latex gloves. There was only one other voter that we saw that was actually in the area with us when we went to cast our ballot. So we participated in the process. We filled out our forms and we took them to the ballot box to register them digitally into the ballot box. There was only about 21 or 22 people that had cast a ballot before my wife Joanne and I did. Looking at some early information coming out, early voting in Illinois was up at record highs, and so was requests for mail-in ballots. So even though there might not have been as many people turning out to vote in person in Illinois in particular, it does seem as if people were still wanting to make sure that they cast those ballots by other means. We're hoping that by the time the general election in November comes around, we might actually be able to take our children with us as we cast our ballots in the November general election later this year.